Hello, beautiful people out there in YouTube and Facebook land, if I put this on Facebook. So, anyway, it is Donovan and I's weekly podcast where we still follow the format of the Demetri K Show. We talk about all things that go on in the Black community, love, knowledge, and understanding of just everything to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even. And so, usually we'll have an audience, but that's on Sundays. But today is just Donovan and I. We're going to duke it out. And today we are going to talk about this thing called divesting. Divesting. Black women are, not all, but there's a pretty good amount of Black women who are in this.
Just say all. Just say all.
No,
don't try to clean it up. Say all.
It ain't all, boo boo. This movement called divestors. They call themselves divestors.
Get your asses on.
Where they say that they are going to divest from Black men, basically date outside, try something new type of thing. And so we're going to get into that conversation here. So Donovan, what say you before we get started?
Well, again, a lot has been exposed since this COVID in regards to relationships between how the Black man relates to the Black woman, how the Black woman relates to the Black man. Okay. Ladies, especially my sisters, you guys are totally delusional. You're totally delusional. You might want to divest yourself from the Black man, but the bottom line is, and you look at the scope of the thing as global, and Demetri, you've traveled globally, whatever, the Black woman, especially the American Black woman, is the lowest on the totem pole. The lowest in regards to. You go overseas, the Black woman, the American Black woman is seen as a whore, because of the way we are portrayed in the media, okay? It's the same way as Black men are portrayed on a global scale as gangsters and thugs and dangerous and stuff like that. Those are just the facts. So, like it or not, you can divest all you want, but let's be real about it. If other groups had to pick and choose from the top to the bottom, you guys are nowhere near the top. Just as it's portrayed, we're nowhere near the top. So let's get into it. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I said it. That's right. I said it.
Wow, brother, tell us how you really feel.
No, it isn't how I really feel. That is just what is portrayed out there. You've been overseas internationally. You know that for a fact.
Hey, boo, the shoe. I was treated nicely by the
You
brothers.
were treated nicely, but the image that we portray globally is gangsters. Our culture, why is our culture, the Black culture in America, is portrayed as poor, ignorant, gangster, rapper, you know what I mean? Very violent. And that's just how it is.
All right, well, let's get into it, okay? So as I said, I've been hearing the term divestors, and all of that. And so today, I decided to actively go onto YouTube to see what it's about. And what came up was like a divest Black women or something. Those two words were together. So I looked at some of the videos and I'm like, okay. And what I will say is, from the short videos that I watched, the Black women, they didn't just, from the ones I saw, they didn't outright say we're done with Black men. Mm-hmm. They kind of tried to clean it up and say, well, divesting is when you leave certain things and certain people behind and then look into exploring other things. And so I'm like, come on, sister, get with it. Just say that you no longer want to be with Black men, because that's what we know that to be. Divesting from Black men. We're going to try something new. We're
blame everything on the Black man. No, your relationship ain't working out, blame it on the Black man. Everything's the Black man's fault.
We're going to get into that. Mm-hmm. But divesting really is put a little bit more cream in your coffee, right? Whether you go get you a white man, an Asian man, a Hispanic man, you are saying, as Black women who are divestors, that you no longer are interested in entertaining Black men. Now, I will say, some of the reasons that I heard was because they've been in bad relationships. Black men don't treat them right and all that other stuff. And so, why stay in a situation that is not good to you? And then some people will say good for you, because mentally, emotionally, and all that, you go through a lot. Why not go try something new at least? Because I've been told that. Oh, why don't you go get you a white man? I'm like,
Yeah, I've told you that as well.
Shit.
Keep your door open. Like I said, I've never dated a white woman, but I never said I wouldn't. I just said I've never met a white woman I've been attracted to.
I, Demetra K, don't want no mayonnaise on my
No,
sandwich.
no, I hear that. Like I said, and like I said, I will go a sister before I do anything else.
Give me
And
a brother. I'm gonna get that out in front right
Demetra,
now.
how can you even say that when you will just drop everything if El DeBarge is outside your door right now? And that ain't a brother, that's a DeBarge.
You right about that, okay? But give me a brother any day of the week. I'm gonna tell. Let me just get this out front, okay? Let me tell y'all. I just love the brothers. I love the way y'all look. I love the way y'all talk. I love the way y'all walk. I like the way y'all smell. Y'all got that swag. I like y'all intellect. I love brothers, okay? I will go to my grave by myself if I can't have a brother. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Now, wait,
Did I say how much I love black
yeah,
men?
now, could it be because you are biased and you had a very, very dark, chocolatey daddy that told you
Well,
how beautiful you were all your life and treated you like the the princess? 'Cause I can't say a queen. Your mama was the queen that you were.
yeah, that helped. My daddy was very, and still is, very
Mhm.
instrumental in edifying me as a black, then girl and a black woman. Even every day, I love you, and I love you so much. You're beautiful and
Mm.
black, and I got that my whole life from a black man.
And then seeing how your dad carried himself, how he dressed, and he got his Old Spice on and stuff, and pulled your mom and
Aramis, baby, Aramis. That's my
Aramis. Sorry,
daddy's name.
Aramis. Yeah,
Aramis.
that was a good brand in the '80s. That really was. But um, for all y'all don't know, Demetra's dad will get up under a car in a suit.
My man, my daddy boy, I'm gonna tell you, and they say two black women or any woman, right? Not just black, their first love is their daddy.
Hmm.
And oftentimes whether he's good or bad, I had a good dad,
Yeah,
and I have a good dad. My
yeah.
dad
He
is
ran
still
me
there.
off.
I have a good dad, and if I don't know if I'm loved by any black man, I don't care what I go through as a black woman in relationships. I know that there's a black man out there somewhere that loves me, and I call him daddy.
Yep.
If at the end of the day, if not another black man on this planet treats me right, I know my daddy is always gonna love me. And that does a lot for me.
Hmm.
So back to this whole divesting thing. I want to have a really good, deep conversation with you, Donovan, because I want to kind of play devil's advocate a little bit. Okay.
Always. What do you mean a little bit? Always.
So when you hear the term divesting,
Hmm.
and what I just described to you as far as black women saying, okay, Negroes, we done. What is that? How does that make you feel?
Okay.
What evokes
Let me clarify.
feelings come from you?
Yeah, let me clarify this right now, because from when I open my monologue, right now there's a bunch of women texting me and emailing me right now, cursing my black ass out because they only hear what they want to hear. But these are the same women that never travel. Going on a boat cruise or going to Montego Bay, Jamaica for the 13th time ain't traveling. Okay. So, to your question in regards to the divesting, what it is saying, I've given up. To me, that's what you're saying. You're saying, I've given up. I don't want to deal with black men because I had this one relationship that didn't work out, whatever. But see, what you ladies keep forgetting is, if that is your attitude, we can have the exact same attitude. And then how good would that be for the race? And I'm not saying, um, not to go out and do what you want to do. You're a grown person, do what you want to do. But here's my thing. And I always say this, Demetra, love who you want to love. But to make it a outright movement and say, you know what, black men ain't shit. Da 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 da. And then you're misleading all of these other younger, inexperienced black women or whatever to kind of take on that mindset. It's ridiculous. Just like you have these women talk about, and then you hear them. Ladies, this is what we hear when you say, I'm a divest. Well, okay, sweetheart, why do you want to divest? Well, I need a man that makes six figures. Bitch, you don't make six figures. You don't
That
make six figures.
that is Donovan's opinion. I don't agree with calling
Yeah,
a
no,
woman.
no, exactly. No, no. Like I said, it's not opinion, but I'm just talking in a manner that the ones that have this ridiculous idea can understand. You
Right.
don't make six figures. You don't make six figures. Oh, I want a man. I want a big old house. I want this and I want
Okay, but
that.
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's say money and all that is not an issue, okay?
Okay.
What about some of the complaints of these divestors that say that black men do not treat them right, they don't appreciate them, let's say they cheat on them, and they do the most. So let's address that. What do
Okay.
you feel when you hear that as the complaint?
What That's been going on for thousands of years. What makes you so damn special?
Okay, so if it's going on for thousands of years,
Mhm.
and from what I saw, the divestors are basically saying we're tired of it. So
Yep.
if the black man is not going to appreciate me as a black woman, and I'm gonna keep it real with you,
Uh-huh.
I've men of all races hitting on me.
Mhm.
So not that makes me special. So I think the divestors are more or less like, well, there are men of other races like sisters.
Sure.
So why not see what that's about? If he's going to be faithful to me, if he's going to, be kind to me,
Mhm.
if he's going to appreciate me,
Okay.
so
And those are valid points, but you also got to think about this. Culturally, show me another race outside of the black community that accepts outsiders, especially black folks, as equals or whatever. Because and I'm an international person because I lived overseas most of my life. So I have a lot of friends that are mixed, comes from mixed marriages, and you might be black, you might have married a white guy, whatever, right? I will tell you right now, out of all of those friends that have married differently or they come from mixed marriages and stuff, and even within the black community, in my own family, we have colorism. But when you go outside your culture, especially the women, not one woman has ever told me that she didn't experience racism from the other side. And then she wants to come crying and hollering about, ooh, they just don't treat my child right. They don't treat him fair and equal. And, ooh, my baby's just, what the hell do you expect? You entered a culture to where that hierarchy is there.
well, I mean, I would concede that yes, of course, there are other cultures that really don't like black people,
Mm-hmm.
but then there are some people in different cultures that do like black women, just like there's the
Yeah.
white women and the Asian women and the
Mm-hmm.
Mexican women, or whatever, that like black men. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, as a sister who have never dated a white man, an Asian man, a
Mm-hmm.
Mexican man, or whatever. I've had them, try to get at me, and I'm like, well,
Sure.
thank you, but. So the point that I'm making is,
But wait. Getting at you and actually having a relationship with you are two different things. I want to clarify that.
but I'm saying that they do desire black women. I'm not
Desire them. Are they marrying them?
yeah,
That's
I
my
know.
question.
I mean, there's a lot of sisters who are married to white men or
Yeah.
Mexican men or
No.
Asian
Yeah.
men.
But
Yeah,
but I'm talking about like Asians and stuff. The numbers are very low. The numbers are
yeah,
very low.
but it still goes on, and
Mm-hmm.
so this divesting issue is something new for me within the last year. Not
Mm-hmm.
me divesting, but hearing about it.
Yeah.
And there's actually a divesting community of black women who are like, phew. But let's just take it from this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have your Kevin Samuels and you got these fresh and fit clowns and a whole bunch of other dudes who have these podcasts or these platforms, and they tell y'all as black men all the time, go get you somebody overseas. Why do
Yeah.
you have to deal with it? What does Kevin say about Maria Mylene or whoever?
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, so you guys are being taught and told those same things. Y'all can't get along with the black woman in America.
No.
Go on and get you somebody
No.
else.
Okay. I see what you're saying, but that isn't what he's saying. He isn't saying go get them. He said that if you are here, you're here. Most black men, we prefer black women. 84% of us and most black women prefer black men. That's a fact. You
Right.
know that as well.
Right.
That's a fact. We marry each other, whatever. Great. What Kevin Samuels and all these things are saying is if we're not going to get the cooperation here from our black women that we need, because men at the end of the day, we want peace. We want happiness. We just want to be peaceful. If we can't get that, he's not saying go get you a Mylene. That isn't what he's saying. He said, if you can't find it here, if you can't find it, then go and find you something else. And you know what? That same advice goes for women. It goes
Okay,
crazy.
let me just deal with this because this is maybe you can help me out. I
Okay.
hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not saying it ain't true. I'm just telling you what I hear. I hear you brothers talking about I want peace. I want this from the black woman. I
Mhm.
want her to not talk as much and all of that. But so okay, let's just deal with the peace part. Do you believe what role do you believe you have in that woman providing peace? Don't you think a peaceful person would be able to provide you peace? So what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
from what my travels,
Mhm.
I've heard a lot of black women say that they got to do a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to
It's true.
relationships with black men, whether it's emotionally, mentally,
Very
financially.
true. Very true.
So y'all want peace, but y'all not talking about with Maria and Mylene and whoever these other women are. They're men, for whatever reason, are in a position to provide them peace so that
Yeah.
they can provide their man
Right.
peace. So I think when we hear that, we don't really delve into why. And I know there's a whole lot of other issues,
Mhm.
but why black women, from what y'all are saying, cannot provide a peaceful environment.
Okay, you just answered your own question. You didn't even realize it. You answered your own question. Now,
You see what I did there?
we were talking. Yeah, I saw it. We were talking earlier this morning about certain things. Like I said, I have plenty of black friends that are married to black women and black men that are married, been married for years, college sweethearts, high school sweethearts, whatever. Right? They went to the beautiful struggle together. Now they've made it. They moved on up, just like George and Wheezy. They don't have any issues. There's peace in the home because what is the main issue in regards to the black community when it comes to black couples?
Cheating. I'm just playing
Well, yeah,
money.
that's always going to be an issue. But what I'm saying is, what's the main issue? Finances, money. So when you talk about other groups, Asians have a financial base. Well, it's ridiculous when I hear these young girls talk about, oh, a white man treats me better, whatever. He has the resources to treat you better, sweetheart.
Okay, well, so then how can the black man get the resources if that indeed is the issue? And I agree that that's a lot of it, but how can
Yeah.
y'all as black men get the resources so
Well,
that
here's
there
the
can be more peace?
well, here's the thing. Okay, a good example like me. It took me almost 20 years to get the resources I need to be at a level to where I can demand what I want, right? It's going to take a struggle. It would have been a lot easier if I had somebody to do it with, right? Unfortunately, a lot of the women that I dealt with, they wanted to wear the pants in the family. No, that ain't going to happen under me. So guess what? You go it alone. I'll go it alone. You will. Well, she didn't struggle as much because I had to pay her child support, which is fine. She didn't struggle as much as I did because nobody cared about my situation, but I went through it. So it's going to take some time. So if we are both from uh, meager beginnings, which a lot of of us are, what am I supposed to hit the lottery overnight? I mean, you tell me. How am I supposed to get resources if you're not going to go through the beautiful struggle with me, just like a lot of my friends and their spouses did, and they're at the top of the mountain right now?
Can I say something?
Sure.
Because I'm going to speak for me as a black woman.
Uh-huh.
All I want, no, well, not
Uh-huh.
all, but was most important to me in a relationship,
Mhm.
because I am this way.
Mhm.
I want loyalty, I want consistency,
Mhm.
and I want honesty. You know what I'm saying? And I would like transparency.
Mhm.
And I want somebody who I can communicate with. I know men aren't terribly verbal, y'all. Just like, I
Mhm.
I could dig it. But
Mhm.
if you can't bring me loyalty, consistency, honesty, at least those three things,
Mhm.
then I can't work with that. Now you can bring those things and maybe you're not making a lot of money. So, that was not. I understand money is important, but I was never one of those women like, well, shoot, you got to be bringing in six figures if you even want to look at. I've never been that type. I feel like if I can get those three things, I can work with everything else. We can work, we can
Mhm.
build together. But if we don't at least have that as a foundation, because you know what? You gonna want me to be loyal to you. You ain't gonna want me out there hoeing around with all kind of dudes
Mhm.
behind your back, and you gonna want me to be consistent. You ain't gonna want me to be all about you one day, and then I
Yeah.
don't even talk to you the next day, or I'm, make you dinner every day of the week when we first meet, and I'm like, shit, you better get that bologna sandwich.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna want me to do that, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna want me to lie to you. So I'm like, at the very least, if we can come together with those things, everything else is possible.
True.
That's me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But so when these women start these movements, have you noticed that there's a common denominator in just about every woman that is done with black men are going to divest?
What's that?
They all picked Pookies and Ray Rays.
All of them?
If you look at their history, they've
I
all
don't think
picked
so,
them.
because I know there's a lot of women who have made, a lot of money in very high positions, celebrities. Okay, let's just take Lala. Okay. Lala, for an example, was married to Carmela Anthony. I don't think they're going to stay
No,
together,
yeah,
whatever.
they're officially divorced.
This dude has cheated on this woman repeatedly. Okay. I don't consider him a Ray Ray or a Pookie.
Wait, stop. See, that's where you're wrong. He is an athlete. Look at his beginnings. Wait. Look at his beginnings. How was he raised? Out of New York. Wait. He was raised to be an athlete. Dwayne Wade, raised to be from meager beginnings. That is his. Wait.
You moving the goalpost because.
No, I'm not moving the goalpost. No, I'm
how
not.
Are you not?
Think about it. If you're fundamentally coming, I don't care where you're from. If you're all from the hood, right? We're all from the hood. People go out, they become $1 million athletes, $1 billion athletes. Some people become entertainers, whatever. You are still fundamentally what your foundation is. Doesn't mean that you're a bad person, but that is still a Ray Ray and a Pookie.
I guess the point that I'm making is men and women from all walks of life have some sort, if that's their thing, a propensity to not be a good person. Now, this is just me. I don't think you're a good person if you cheat on somebody, especially somebody who is down for you, who, loves you and, is giving you their all. I don't think you're a good person. I don't think you're a good person if you set out to harm somebody who loves you. I don't think that you are. So I think those people come from all walks of life, from every pay grade and in between. They just do. It's not, that behavior is not exclusively to a Ray Ray or Pookie or Boomquisha or Shanae or whatever. Everybody, different people have the ability to act lackluster.
Right. Absolutely. But again, like I said, it's funny how we think we antiquate money with style and how you're going to be treated, whatever. You look at Allen Iverson. We can go on about black athletes and entertainers that have that mentality, and you say, "Oh, I'm so tired of whatever." The guy grew up in the strip clubs, going to strip clubs, and like I said, I hear what you're saying, but as a woman, you're not looking at it from the aspect of what a lot of these women pick. Okay.
But if I
even
pick,
Michael
you
Jordan,
pick
even Michael
me.
Jordan, even Michael Jordan, both his parents went to college, went on to the NBA, still cheated on his wife, still did all those bad things.
Was he a Ray Ray or a Pookie?
His mentality, yes. As an athlete.
Did he come from Ray Ray and Pookie's environment?
No, he didn't. But in the athletic environment, what he was in and what he was surrounded by. That's what I'm saying. You have foundational, regular people like us that come from the hood. Great. No, I'm not moving the goalposts. You put me as an athlete, football player, whatever. What's the lifestyle in the average? Have you ever been around a football circle and see what goes on there? It's like being a singer.
Like that. No.
Yeah, it's like being a singer. The 5 heartbeats. Remember, you had choir boy. What did he end up doing?
I get it. I get
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Their circle, they have options, okay?
Yeah.
So if you're in a circle that have options, why are you getting on bended knee asking a woman to be your wife if you're going to have your ding-a-ling out there in the community?
Well, again, I know where you're going with it, but Lala Anthony, I wouldn't say would be a good example of somebody.
Why?
If you knew her background, allegedly, she was out there, trying to get a bag and get an athlete.
But even if she was out there, and I don't know any intel on that, but let's say she was out there. She had her stuff on the boulevard every night. Okay, let's say she did all of that. When he proposed to her and they decided to form a union, that all should have gone away. So to say that she was out there doing whatever, and so that's kind of why he did that to her, she doesn't count.
No. Stop. I never said he did that to her because she did this, that. What I'm saying is, you have a society of women.
It was a bad example.
No. Yeah, I'm just saying her. If you know some of the, you got these things called industry chicks or whatever. They're out there. These people are out there. They want to get the bag.
Did you not know that?
Of course. I mean, but again, birds of a feather flock together. So
did she deserve to be cheated on even
Absolutely
after they got married?
No, nobody deserves that. But again, if I'm running over an athlete, an athlete that has, or a singer, there's groupies, these things go on. I'm not saying it's right, but the thing is, you can't go in there and say, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Listen, I'm going to speak from experience. If a man tell me, baby, you my everything, I want to be all to you, I'm a God-fearing man, I just love you, I would never ever hurt your heart, blah, 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 and I decide to believe him, that's what I expect.
Exactly.
I expect for you to be that. Now, if, let's say I was an industry chick, like you said, and you already knew that, and you still decided to come with all of that, that's still no excuse.
So again, blame the black man. So everything's on the black man, right? No responsibility on the woman's part.
No. I'm not. I'm just using that example.
Sure.
I'm not saying, listen, I think that it takes two to tango. But I hear sisters saying that they are going to divest. Not all, but the certain community of sisters saying they're going to divest. And I think it's disingenuous for us not to have that conversation as to why. Do I personally agree with it? No. Am I ever going to divest from the brothers? I've said it a million times, never. Okay? I love black men. But we need to discuss, I think it's valuable, as to why and are they validated? I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying let's examine, are they valid in the reasons that they say?
No, they're absolutely not. They're not validated. Just because you are a poor you have a poor history of picking. It's like picking the lottery. I've never won the lottery, but I keep trying to pick them, right? So is it society's fault or a culture's fault that I can't pick the one that I want? No, it's not.
Okay, but this is the thing too, and I agree with that. I think you should make a good choice. I agree with all that. But I'm speaking from my experience, brother. If you come to me, present yourself as a good choice, and I don't see nothing that says good otherwise, I'm gonna go with it. Okay,
right
now. Wait a minute now. In my 20s and my 30s. Whew.
Yeah, we know you're out there thoughting. We have a plaque on 29 Palms. You and your girl gang. You guys they got a whole statue of you guys at 29 Palms Marine Corps Base.
I wasn't out there thoughting, okay?
I know you weren't out thoughting. You were out there supporting the troops. And when I say that, I'm gonna say, these guys are on base, and some of them don't have cars. The girls would come up and you guys dance with them and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's no different than what was going on during World War II when you had the Katinas that were entertaining the troops. Right.
But the point that I'm making is when I'm in my 20s and 30s and 40s, I'm gonna go back to when I'm in my 20s and 30s. I dealt with some real knuckleheads, right? But I was still down like 4 flats. It was nothing I wouldn't do. Okay, so I had the energy then in my 40s. I decided to jump the broom. Whew. It was horrible. Okay, and so
and where was that guy from again?
Chicago. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I love you,
my point. Brother, yes, my point.
But I would never, ever date a dude from Chicago ever again. And He was a truck driver,
Yep. Yep. Hey,
and I
hey,
would
hey.
never date a truck driver again.
Hey, wait a minute. We have a mutual friend that also dated a guy that was from Chicago and was also a truck driver.
So I divested from that.
Right.
I divested from them brothers in
Right.
Chicago
Mhm.
and truck drivers. If you come to me talking about, hey, by the way, baby, you know I'm from the Chi and I'm a truck driver, I'm gone.
Mhm.
I'm gone. I'm just not gonna do it.
Right.
I've been very scarred by that. I will say.
Right. Fool me once, shame on me or
Right,
you. You. Say, yeah. Fool
right.
me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
You know, and I
Hey,
was
man.
having a conversation with somebody earlier, and he was like, "There's a lot of fine sisters out there, but they are uptight."
All by themselves.
But so these sisters are uptight. So
Mhm.
he says, and I said, "Are they uptight or are they scared?" Now, what I mean by that is when I say, "Are they scared?" Have they been just raked over the coals,
Mhm.
rolled hard, and put away wet in the
Mhm.
game of love by brothers? Because that's all I can relate to.
Mhm.
And they've just decided to say,
Right.
I'm good. I'm good. I can't do this no more. And so it comes off as uptight, but it's like you can't judge that sister unless you sit down and talk to her. And I guarantee you, she was saying, I'm not saying this, y'all bad people. Speaking from experience, I'm guaranteeing you that sister would say, well, in 1989, I was with the love of my life. Then I
Mhm.
found out he had a wife. And then in 1992, I tried it again. And then he was cheating on me. And then
Mhm.
in 1997, I got with this dude. I woke up, my car was gone. My ATM card was gone. He was
Mhm.
at the casino. Then he told me he had a meth problem. And then at this year, I decided to give it a chance. But the dude, he knows an alcoholic. He told me he was a teacher, but he was really a crossing guard. And then
Mhm.
at this year, I decided, whatever. I had a kid by who I thought I was gonna be with forever, and then he got to hitting me, and he got to cheating, and he
Mhm.
got to doing all of that. And then as I got older, I decided to give love a try. I got married to a truck driver, and this Negro had one in every state. And so,
Mhm.
you know, that's what women will say. And
Right.
these are good women. And by the way, those were true stories.
Yes. Yes. But wait, have you
Not me.
noticed that?
That was my
But
true stories.
but have you noticed though? The very women that are giving you the very thing that is giving you guys, other than the man that you're dealing with, a problem, is other women that don't care. They don't care you're married. They don't care you're in a relationship. So let's get to the so let's get to the root of the problem. You want to divest from a problem that is created within your own group.
Donovan, if I didn't have this mic on my lapel, I would spin around in this chair and jump up and do the Holy Ghost. Okay,
Wait,
because you
wait,
know
wait,
what?
wait. Did I hit it on the nail on the
You
head
hit
or what?
you hit the nail on the head because I was also having this conversation with this person. I said, black women, and y'all can deal with your own brothers
Y'all
and stuff, but I'm
sisterhood.
speaking from black women. We
Mhm.
have a duty to have an allegiance with our sisters.
Thank you.
If
Thank you.
somebody else's man is creeping to you in your inbox or whatever, and you know that man is married, listen, I know that you are with a sister, and I don't care how fine you are. I will not dishonor that sisterhood, and I don't even know your wife.
Right.
But I am not going to be that low budget, low moral thinking woman and be with
Mhm.
your man, her man under any circumstances.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not going to tell her because there is no more to you. We're not going to converse or anything. So there's no need for me to tell her, but I know the buck stops with me because you can't engage in a relationship with me
Right.
if I don't allow that. And so you
Exactly.
hit the nail on the head. We owe a duty to each other to
Mhm. The
not be with each
sisterhood.
other's man.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of low budget women out there who would do
Mhm.
everything they can to insert themselves in somebody's relationship. But this is the dumb part for those women
Mhm.
is so you're trying to get this woman, man, you don't think he gonna do the same stuff to you, sis?
Exactly.
Like, why
Exactly.
do you think you special? If that man would dishonor the woman he's with to be with you, you next.
You're next. Exactly.
You're next.
Exactly. But see though, instead of seeing the problem, which is number one, the problem number one is the man. That's a problem in your relationship. If you're in a relationship with a
Yes.
man, that's your number one problem. It ain't these chicks outside. But then your number two problem then becomes the chick outside because you guys are supposed to be in a sisterhood. You're supposed to be in the sisterhood. But
A
see,
lot of times these women know that man got somebody in hell. A lot
exactly.
of times they know who that woman is.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I said, we say it on other shows all the time. What do I talk about? Community debt. You know, this guy got 2 or 3 babies with women in the neighborhood, and yet now you date him and you expect him to be faithful. And like I said, I don't care, brother. If you're in a relationship with a woman, you know, be you should be faithful to that woman, whatever. But when are you sisters? And I'm not generalizing. I hope I'm not generalizing. I don't mean to generalize if I am. When are you sisters going to be accountable for what you guys are doing?
I mean, I agree with you on that. Donovan, I will not argue with you on that. I think we do have an accountability, not just to ourselves, but to each other. And y'all know I got one child. Okay. I've raised 3 others that were not mine, and I love doing it. But I biologically have one child. I got one child because I was not going to be having a whole bunch of kids. And that's just me. I'm not casting
Yeah.
aspersions on anybody else who did. But
Yeah.
I
My
was not
mom
going to
had
be
2
having,
with one husband. 2. She
yeah,
wasn't going through all that baby daddy
no.
stuff.
I was not going to do it. I didn't want to do that to myself. I didn't want to do that to my child. Okay. And I didn't want to have another child out of wedlock. Now, if I was to get married when I was younger, because the factory shut down. But when I was younger and I got married to a good man and all of that, then yeah, I'd entertain having
Yeah.
another child. But I'm not, no.
Yeah.
I was not going to put myself through that. But to your point, women, that man got 11 kids that he got all around the neighborhood and he ain't taking care of none of
None
them.
of them.
And then you lie down with him thinking that your Kit Kat is special. Oh, he gonna treat me right. And then when he knock you up and then leave you for whatever reason, then you singing the same old. Because Summer Walker, who was a R&B artist, I guess, she made a song called "Baby Mama Number 4" or something like that. I don't know. And she was taking the dude that she had a baby with to task.
Yeah.
And all the other baby mamas was like, "You dumb bunny. We tried to tell you he wasn't, and he ain't taking care of these kids, but yet you was, it's y'all, it's y'all, it's y'all."
Right.
But then when he did the same thing to you, now you want to make a platinum record about it.
Right. And let me jump on top of that. Okay, these women, their signs are out there, whatever. And for some of you guys want to do a project, you make a mistake. I'm all for people making mistakes and all of those stuff, but you take all these bad decisions that you make in regards to men, and we're gonna start a divest movement. Now, I mean, our population is barely growing as it is. And I'm not saying you have an obligation to stay black, whatever. Love who you want to love. I'm all for loving who you want to love. But you don't go out and say, because, okay, I'm a decent looking guy, I give myself a 5. That's fair, right? I got all my teeth.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right? Yeah, 5, maybe a 4 plus. I don't know.
Yeah.
4.5, I don't know, whatever deal is. Right? Why am I being punished? And I didn't do anything to you as a man, as a black man, but because I'm black, you're going to discriminate against me.
I'm going to say this because I'm going through a healing process of my own. Okay. I've come a long way, baby. Okay. And I'm not just talking about from recently. I'm just talking about from years and years of being in bad relationships.
Yeah. Disappointed.
Being disappointed, having my heart broken. And so I'm now at the age of 50 doing the work so that I can be better for whoever I end up with next. Okay. And so I say that to say, I don't care what color the person is. If you've got so much trauma due to drama, you need to stop and heal. Do the work. Ask yourself, okay, self, why do I keep ending up with these men, regardless of what color he is, or women that keep breaking my heart? Because as you just said, I am the common denominator. So why do I keep
always say that?
Why do I keep allowing such people to come into my life, and whether I'm ignoring red flags or whatever, why do I keep doing it? You got it. Once you find that, the answer to that,
Mm-hmm.
then you got to stop, pick it apart, examine it, and then throw away the pieces that has not been working, and
Mm-hmm.
keep the pieces that's going to send you on your journey to being whole.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And I always say that in all my relationships, I'm the common denominator. I'm the issue. So, some people have said in some of my messaging, they say, "Oh, you and Dimitri are such a good couple. Why don't y'all get together?" Okay, when you have two intelligent people, yeah, it's not going to work because there's certain things that I want in a relationship. Okay, a better example. Demetra and her sister is very intelligent as well. She's a teacher. No kids, perfect. I mean, this woman has the perfect resume. You think that I would want to get with, right? And of course, I do want to get with her. Right? I just want just one time, just once, right? But she's an intelligent woman too. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't work, but it technically it would not work because as two intelligent people, we know what we want.
And because I've been asked that before too. I'm like, Donovan is like my brother.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a
Donovan's like
family.
my brother.
Mm.
I've known him forever, and like I know things about Donovan. I'm like,
You better not tell nobody.
right, and the same thing about me. So it's like we're more like siblings, if you ask
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
people.
a person on the intelligent level like that, you're going to find it's very rare to see two intelligent people in a successful relationship for like years. It's very rare.
And I will say this because I said something the other day, and it really just kind of stuck with me. In that intelligent women often get mistaken for modern women.
Right.
And so, what I mean by that is, I think a lot of men have been sold on the idea that traditional women are like airheads. Yes, honey.
Well, most of them are. That's true.
Whatever. You know, but so when a woman, and I said this today, I said, I'm going to stop running from the moniker that I am intelligent, because I am. I'm
Mhm.
not going to, I am not going to diminish who I am for no man again, ever. I am smart. And I'm a thinking woman.
Mhm.
I'm a resourceful woman, but I'm also a traditional woman. That whoever I'm with, they ain't got to worry about coming home into a dirty house with no food on
Girl.
the table.
He can fix his own food. He grown. You ain't gotta be doing that. No,
But
girl, the sisterhood. You can't have him doing that. He can do it himself. You can do
no,
that.
I'm so traditional. I don't even want my
You
man
the
washing
problem.
dishes.
It's sisters like you the problem.
I don't care. I don't want my man washing dishes. I don't want my man washing clothes or folding them. I don't want him to have to make, if as long as I'm in the house, he don't have to worry about getting to eating. Guess what, boo boo? I'm not gonna make you no food out no can and no boxes.
Mhm.
It's all from
Do,
scratch.
do you know what's crazy? When I was in the DR, Dominican Republic, and I was invited to this young lady's house. She's younger than me, so she's in her 40s. And I'm sitting there, and she made me this food. No, didn't even ask her to do it. She just did it. Said, and then she's serving me. She's serving me. She didn't have a problem doing it. I got up and wanted to watch, and she just went ballistic when I tried to do something for myself, because in a lot of cultures they are taught to serve. Now, in the sister's defense, mama's bitter, daddy left her, he's on crack, or went to the penitentiary, or he's a gang member, or whatever, right? And she's mad. And the difference between other cultures that I've seen, and I'm a world traveler, and I've seen in our culture, is our women are taught to be self-sufficient and independent. And I think that's the wrong route to go, where these other cultures are taught to be wives and serve, and they have no problem doing it.
But I get it though. I low key get it. I was not raised like that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I get it, because it's like
Then
God
why
bless.
is Deanna the way she is? No, go ahead.
You.
She had a daddy. That's why Deanna's the way
Right.
she is.
Well, it's like I understand God bless the child as God is on. And a
Yeah.
lot of black women in America is like, well, shit, if I don't go get it, ain't nobody else gonna bring it to
Yeah.
me, because that's just kind of
Yeah. No, and I get it.
not always, but a lot of women
Mhm.
can say that's been my experience. I couldn't depend on a man, so I had to
Mhm.
depend on myself, right?
Mhm.
But as I said, I mean, I'm an intelligent woman, and I'm a
Yes.
traditional
Highly.
woman. But I think a lot of men got it so screwed up to where they think that a traditional woman means that she's an airhead. She has no thought process. Because one thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to use what's in here to make us better. That's what it's
Yeah.
about. But I've found that a lot of men really don't want that. That I don't. I'm like I said, I'm on a journey of self, so I can't really be concerned with what men want. I thought I was doing what men wanted, and not to give y'all my business, but I was not one of those women like, I got a headache tonight. None of that kind of stuff. That I mean, because I get it. If you don't get it here, you gonna go get it somewhere else.
Did you have the lingerie matching and stuff? That's a big issue with a lot of men. If the lingerie don't match, we have a problem.
Well, I mean, nah, not really. I'm one of those people. My underwear sets are always the same color.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So,
simplified, right?
But the point that I'm making is, and listen, when I say all that, I'm not saying I'm perfect now, but I'm not imperfect to the point where I'm cheating and a man I'm on the phone and he talking and none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but you think about it though, to be like that nowadays is a death wish. I just couldn't see myself just, as a woman. If I was a woman, because you guys have a lot of things you guys got to go through and stuff like that, just to be going from what do they call it, the carousel, the D carousel?
Well,
yeah, I can see
what
that.
we got to realize too as women is that we are the receivers. We receive from y'all. Y'all put your own imagination to it, okay?
Yeah.
We receive, and so I'm a lady in every true sense of the word, right? I don't care how fine I might think I am or how much I'm feeling myself. I'm never gonna go out there and spread my body around to just anybody.
You're
and
just
I
having fun, girl. If they can do it, you can do it.
Nah, because as I once heard, women can't do what men can do and still be looked at the same. A man could go out there and sleep with everything that ain't nailed down.
He's a hero. He's a hero.
Right. And unfortunately, but if I do it, then I'm looked at differently. And I would not want to do that to myself. And I said this too. A queen, which I am in every true sense of the word. I ain't that stuff that people saying. A queen is gonna make sure the potential king is battle tested. Now, I'm not saying take him through a whole bunch of nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm saying make sure you were worth even coming into my boudoir. You can't just be anybody because I get it. We human, we have physical needs, and he sure is looking good. I wouldn't mind him running his fingers through my afro, but
through my weave.
Where your fingers been? What's attached to your finger, in your mind? Like, what are your ideologies about life? Because what happens is, because we are receivers, and y'all get soul ties too, but I think women really get the soul ties because of how we are wired. We believe that, if we sleeping together, that's my man. And
right.
Because that's how I am. I'm not gonna just be having no one night stands and sleeping with just anybody. I need to make sure you my man before I do that. And so,
but how many women are teaching that to their daughters? What are they teaching the daughters? Get the bag, get the bag, get the bag.
I teach that because at the end of the day, yeah, you might get the bag and get the trips and all that, but you still got broken hearts. You got this toxic, just like you. I don't care. Nothing, and I'm saying this as a 50-year-old woman, okay? Nothing is more, and I've learned this recently. Nothing is more valuable than my peace of mind. Nothing. And I'm gonna say nothing. No money, no car, nothing is more valuable to me than being able to lay my head down at night and go to sleep without crying and having a broken heart and wondering what's going on. And
life goes on, right?
Man, peace. And Buddhists, they call it nirvana. The ultimate peace is so underrated. And I will never, ever give that up. Ever, ever, ever. And when you give up being true to yourself, you give up peace. You give up being able to do that. And I'm at a point now to where I'm on the mend from, like I said, not just recently, but from a lot of stuff to where I can sleep at night. Where I'm back to sleeping at night. And I'm like, damn, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I can't believe I slept all night. And that's how I know, as me as a person, that I'm on the right track. When I don't ruminate all day and night about, certain situations, peace is so underrated. Oh my God.
Right, absolutely. But how often do we talk and and I tell you kind of on some of my exploits, and everybody's like, lower your standards, whatever. No, I shouldn't have to lower my standards. I tell you all the time, if that's what I'm going to do, I can go get me a Mexican, I can go get me a Asian or something like that. But I don't want to do that.
Right.
There's a sister out there that's going to meet what I want her to meet. But back into what we're saying about this divesting thing, like I said, I think it's a disservice to the culture when, because of your bad decisions, ladies, of doing all that other stuff. Oh, I'm gonna go. Okay. Water seeks the path of least resistance. Anything worth having is worth working for. We've raised two generations of young men and young women that have no direction or even really understand what a relationship looks like because they've never seen their parents in one.
I agree. I agree. I think our generation is probably the last that's really seen a lot of functional. I'm not saying there's not functional, but a lot of
Yeah.
functional, conducive
Right.
relationships out there. A lot this generation now, they're used to seeing mama with this man and daddy with this woman, and
Daddy
they
got
can't stick
multiple
together.
kids out there. I got
Yeah,
half brothers and sisters and all that other stuff. A lot of these kids, and then when you ask them now, well, were your mom and dad married? To me, that should just be a common question that shouldn't even be aggressive. No,
right.
it's like, oh well, I'm not saying that to be disparaging. I'm just wondering if your parents were married. Like if I asked Demetra right now, Demetra, were your parents married?
Yes, indeed.
See, that was like something common. Like, yeah, everybody's
Yeah,
had parents that are married. But
my parents were married.
we've raised two generations of kids. And by the way, my parents were married. My mom's a widow. Uh, we've raised two generations of young men and women that don't even know what that looks like. So now you got these women, these young women that said, "Oh, I'm going to divest," and you know why they're divesting? They're divesting out of ignorance.
I agree, I agree. I'm one of those people. I think that black men and women are better together. Like I
Mhm.
said, there is nothing else out there for me but a brother. I'm just gonna keep it real. I would never lie to y'all. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so, if we're gonna make it as people, as black
Mhm.
people, we are gonna need to do that together. And I
Mhm.
agree. We need to knock off the divesting nonsense from both ends
Both
and
ends.
do the work, heal. Cause see, you got to look inward if you want to heal, and just because a lot of times we try to find solutions. I'm trying to find a solution for you. Like, if you ever read something and it's
Yeah.
describing something for somebody, like, I know somebody like that, yeah, I know he talking about, instead of saying, well, damn, is that describing me even just a
Mhm.
little bit? So we have to heal from the trauma and the ill learned behavior, and figure out how we are going to make it work as black people. Because listen, I'm saying this, I'm not going to die alone. I'm not
Right.
going to die alone.
Me
I
neither.
I envision myself as much older on the porch, in the rocking chair, whatever, swing with my boo. We watching TV or whatever, taking a walk. I see that for me. I don't see, as somebody would say, you gonna die alone with a cat or a dog, because I don't like pets. Okay, but you know what I'm saying. I see myself in that capacity. You know,
Look, you guys, I want you guys to close your eyes and picture this. This is going to be Demetra. I heard your daddy put you out. And then Demetra's gonna come up. Wait, Demetra's gonna come up with the ice water. Ain't cold enough. And then she
I,
goes back.
I tell you the what, whoever he is gonna be a happy man. That's all I'm
Exactly.
gonna say.
Exactly. Just and there's nothing. And ladies, stop with the book, especially you young lady. I'm not talking to the old ladies because there's no saving y'all. Y'all minds are made up. And I'm not saying it to be disparaging. I'm just saying, we have to get the younger group to change the narrative around. Ladies, stop quitting. Okay. It isn't that bad. Okay. And like, remember, I told you earlier in the show, you will find that most of the women that are talking about this divesting bullshit have picked they have made bad decisions in their relationships prior, and now they're bitter about it because they picked Ray, Pookie, uh, Malik, or whoever they had picked, and it didn't work out. And in life, as we know, Demetra, when we were coming up, nothing's changed. There's nothing new under the sun. You had a boyfriend back in the day that you were in love with, and I think he passed and stuff like that. But the point is, your puppy love, high school love, that ain't real. I mean, it's love, but it ain't real love. You're going to go on and keep going on. But think about it, Dimitri, if you based how you feel about black men based on your first true love, you would be a spinster right now.
Yeah, and actually, my first love was my high school
Right.
sweetheart, and he was very nice to me.
Yeah.
And he was even so nice that he told me I'm going to the Navy, and my uncle said that I might want to, be with other ladies. And so I'm being honest with you, and we broke up from that point.
Right.
He was
Right.
honest though. He didn't go off to the Navy and go do whatever, and then
Right.
have
Trying to
me
hide
thinking,
the girlfriend and
yeah,
got the whole family in the Philippines, and the
yeah,
volcano
right.
blows up and he's got a whole family.
He was honest.
Right.
He was honest in telling me that, and I respected him for that. I was hurt, but I would rather him be honest with me
Right.
than to go over overseas and do all of that. But I
Right.
mean, I
But
agree with you. I agree that
yeah.
listen, I don't have a problem with the term single until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
It's not single forever. It's just single until I can figure out how to be a better judge of character, how to really get what I deserve. And I'm not talking about necessarily, oh, he got to be making all this money. And I'm talking about a good man, because I would take a good
Realistic.
man
Realistic.
pushing a broom
Mm-hmm.
over a bad man flying a private jet any day.
Right, right. But see, that ain't what they're pushing nowadays. And that's what these girls have to be real. That's when guys say these girls aren't realistic. They're not. I'm just going to give up. I'm going to give it. Ladies, here's the reality. Black women are the lowest on the totem pole. I don't care what anybody says. You show me a group of other men and where they have a sister at the top of the list. It's just like black. We're at the bottom. We're at the bottom. We're in every situation. And I know you don't want to agree with that, but that's reality. That's the reality of it. It's the truth. I don't care what you want to say. If you come from meager beginnings, ladies, and you have an expectation of six-figure man and all this other stuff, and he's only 23 years old, come on. He's in the club and he's in the VIP section popping bottles at 23 years old, unless he's an athlete or some kind of entertainer. How is he getting that money, ladies? How is he really getting that money?
And I would say this too, to the ladies that are out there sack chasers and chasing a man with a bag, or a high value man, if you will, you want to put that to it.
Mm.
You're being taught that all you got to be is cute, big booty, small waist, whatever. No, there's more to it. A high value man needs a real one on his team. Somebody who gonna understand that he's out there, hustling and grinding, and you need to be that backbone.
Right. All I got to do is make the money. I need you to count it.
Yeah, right. You need to be the support system at home. Okay, my man out there working hard every day. Ain't no way in hell he coming home to empty table. He gonna have something nice and hot to eat. It's gonna be good. We'll put some effort into it.
Yeah. That's weak, Dimitri. A lot of these girls think that's weak.
Nah,
that's a weak woman.
Like I said, you need to make sure that when he comes home, that you are heaven on earth to him, because he is supposed to be making it easy for you to be that. When he comes home, he ain't supposed to be stepping all over, stuff all on the floor, and the kitchen is dirty, and you got your hair all over your head. And you supposed to be, when that man walks in the door, you're like, damn, I'm happy to be here. Mm-hmm. Damn, how lucky am I that I got a woman who held this household, because that's a job, okay? Holding this household down. And when I come in here, I'm smelling the aroma of good food, and she's in a good mood, and she's glad to see me. Like that's what I would say for you men. A lot of y'all take that for granted.
Yeah, no, and they do. And and you can think about it. I would rather go on vacation with the opposite sex than a bunch of my girlfriends. That is the loneliest thing I ever see. When I see a group of women on vacation and they're all sitting up there, that is the most miserable group of women I have ever seen, because they act like they're happy, but you look kind of ridiculous. You're all dancing together and everybody else is paired up with the opposite sex and like enjoying themselves.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But, really, we got a minute or so left here. I mean, as far as the whole divesting thing, I can't tell another woman what to pursue. I just know for me, as this sister, as only black men for me. And I'm my mama said, oh, God rest her soul. You got to kiss a lot of frogs till you meet your prince. I said
Prince.
kiss, not screw. Okay. You got to kiss a lot of frogs till you meet the prince. And so I say that to say, don't give up. There's a black man out there I know that's going to act right. That's going to act right. That's going to appreciate, you know, a woman who is all about him. But I say this too, be all about him, but leave something for yourself too. Because a lot of times, as we as women, especially us traditional women, we tend to give it all to him. And then we look back, it's like, damn, I didn't leave nothing for myself.
Exactly. And let me say this real quick. Have you ever noticed that you could be with this man for 10 years, give him 2, 3 kids, and you got together, you went through your ups and your downs, but he never married you. But then he goes on with his relationship, and within 2 years, he's married.
Yeah,
Think
I
about
mean,
that. Think
yeah,
about that. Maybe he didn't see you as wife material. What were you doing
maybe
to
you
where
didn't present yourself as
right.
wife material.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. So, it's a, never ending saga of love. One day we'll all figure it out. Maybe, I don't know if that's
I
even
could always buy love.
Yeah, you can. Okay. I mean, trust me, if that's what you call it. Okay. Okay, Poppy. So anyway, y'all, it's been a pleasure to be, to do this for y'all, this podcast. And we'll be back again with another one. I don't know what we'll talk about, but I'm sure it'll be interesting nevertheless. If y'all could please do us a favor and like and share this podcast video if you've made it this far. Also, we have the bottom of the screen ways to donate to this channel and helping keeping this channel going because it does cost something. And everything that you do
Time is
donate,
money.
time is money, resources, and all of that. So anyway, we love and appreciate y'all for everything that you do to contribute to this channel. And so we will see you as always on Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time, where we have our live discussion and we read each and every comment from the audience because we felt like you should be heard too. Donovan, what say you before we
Yeah,
leave?
and before we go real quick, this was a really deep discussion, and I know you ladies are going to come from my head, but you know what? I really want to hear what you have to say because I'm not always right, but I'm not always wrong either in some of the things that I've been saying. So we really want to hear what you ladies have to say in regards to this topic. I think it's a very valid topic in regards to this movement that they're starting of divesting. We are 14% of the population. We supposedly we're divesting already. We're not growing, and if you don't grow as a group, how can you expect to demand tangibles from the government?
Absolutely, y'all. So we'll see y'all later. It's been a pleasure. Peace.